All right. What's up, everybody? Sean here with another Live to Roll. Coming at you with a little bit of a impromptu, good, I think hopefully a fun, nice episode for you guys today, and should be fun. And if you guys have any questions, any comments, anything like that, please drop them below in the chat. And real quick, before we even get into our introductions, I'm just going to do a real quick thank you to our sponsors, mobility professionals and urology professionals. We really appreciate their continued support, and their information is down below. We'll give you some more information again a little later, but we do really appreciate the support of our sponsors.
Oh, Sean, I got another sponsor. Um, they're called Cliff Bars. They're chewable Cliff Bars, energy bars. They don't sponsor our show, but they sponsor me and my body. But they're
Really?
chill little. I've been going. I have a bad cold, and without those, I could not function today. So I've been taking them every 2 hours, just one block at a time. Getting here. Thank you, Cliff Bar. If you're listening, hashtag Cliff Bar. Please sponsor the show because you're keeping me alive right now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's we'd take it if they want to reach out. That sounds good to me.
There you go.
And
And
depends.
then
All right, we'll take that too. Any and all sponsors in the future that want to come, any of those
Louise,
that we use and we
Louise,
support.
that's for our Rolling Over the Hill show, not this show. The Rolling Over the Hill show.
I know.
Yep.
That one is more for rolling over the hill. But all right, let's get into some quick intros, and then we can talk to Luis a little bit about how he's doing, what he's been going through, and we'll also talk just kind of about some of our experiences with some similar things. But yeah, I am Sean. I'm a C5, C6 quadriplegic from a snowboarding accident. Coming at you from Joshua Tree again this week. A little quick trip. We came out yesterday and hanging out down here, enjoying the desert. So, all right, Bobby, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, I'm here in my Huntington Beach home. Uh, Sunny, not a much cooler day. Yes, I do. I'm sick as a dog with a bad head cold that, it's just right up here in the nose, burning. Yesterday was really bad, but I'm here. I'm awake. I'm staying alive, and but um, just glad to be here. So I'm C5, C6, if I didn't say that. And let's turn it over to someone we haven't seen for a while. And um, I don't recognize them. So, but Luis, take it away.
Hi, everybody. Of course, my name is Luis. Um, I've been away for a little while.
Yeah.
So, long story short, I was at 4 different hospitals, and
Yeah, and we're gonna get to that.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I made the rounds for a while.
Yeah, no, that's what we were. So that's what we were going to kind of talk about a little bit today, since we did have you on, have you back, and you're just fresh off of kind of going through a lot of that stuff. Just talk about what it's like to kind of disrupt your life and have to go into the hospital for a longer period of time, and then what it's like trying to transition back out and back into regular life and getting back to
And
your normal daily activities.
and
But
we didn't really have a topic today, and I think this is a good topic because I've been through it too, Luis, and you know that. You've helped fill in for me a couple times in my hospital stays. So I think this is a good time and for our audience to talk about what it's like to have those big setbacks. I mean, we have setbacks every day. It's your skin, it's your bladder, it's your uh, just getting sick, um, and some of them are short, and some of them are really can take us back to where you're like, why am I at ground zero again? I feel like it, and I'm sure that's the way you were, Louise. So let's start off with you. Take us back. I mean, look at you.
So, long story short, many months ago, back during the springtime or something, I came home and I was headed upstairs. For those that don't know, I've been walking the stairs for quite some time. I've got good handrails and all that stuff, and I live upstairs. I got halfway up the stairs and I just froze. I couldn't get up the stairs, and my family had to call the paramedics, and they came out and they didn't know what to do or what to say or whatever, and they took me to the hospital. And my son works at one of the hospitals out here in the Los Angeles area, Queen of the Valley Hospital, and they took me down there. And long story short, the hospital believes I might have had a heart attack. They don't know. They were never able to completely diagnose it. And long story short, because they weren't getting anywhere very fast, I checked myself out of the hospital. I said, you know what? I'm going home. I'll take care of it. So then when I got home, I still wasn't feeling well. So I went to our local hospital here in the area, in my particular community, and they did all the tests and all that. And they couldn't make up heads or tails of whether I actually had a heart attack or not. And
Not by, I know there's an indicator by blood test that says if you did or
yeah,
not, and that didn't show any indicator.
it didn't show anything positive.
Okay.
So
And
it was kind of up in the air.
and Louise, I've heard through my wife who worked at a hospital, if you check yourself out, you may be responsible for your hospital bill because you didn't
Yeah.
get checked out by medical professional, quote, whatever that means. Do you think that might be the case, or do you know yet?
No, actually, they're picking it all up.
Okay, good.
So I've been fortunate that way. It's been a little bit of a battle with some of the billing agencies because we're looking at four different hospitals and workers' compensation as well, and
Yeah,
Medicare and Medi-Cal.
okay, yeah. You
And I
got you
was
got the
not,
better. Yeah.
yeah, I was not on Medi-Cal. I only had Medicare because
Mhm.
my income. I wasn't eligible for Medi-Cal. So that's all changed now because while all this happened, I turned 65.
Aye.
So I'm now eligible for it regardless of
Yes.
income. So now I've got full Medi-Cal, Medicare, and we're still working with workers' comp.
Okay.
So the second hospital, they sent me to a rehab facility that we know here locally, and they were going to help me out, and I get better care, get me stronger again, and all that. Take it easy and stuff. Do a little rehab while I was there because it is a little small rehab center, and I was there for a while, but after a while, I got a little tired of them, and they got tired of me, and they said, "We're shipping you out. Goodbye." And they sent me to a nursing home in the
Oh
local
no.
area. You know
Did you
where
know
they send
you?
80 and 90-year-olds?
Yeah. Did you know you were going to a nursing home?
Yeah.
Uh, Not really. I didn't know. The ambulance
Whoa.
showed up and they said, "We're tired of listening to you. Goodbye." And I said, "Glad to go." And so when I got to this nursing home, it was night and day. And I've got nothing but good stuff to say about the nursing home.
Okay.
It was
Good.
Good.
Perfect.
outstanding.
Okay. Good.
And the nursing
Usually,
home also does rehab as well.
yeah. Good. Yeah. Yes. Most nursing rehabs are designed to get you out because you can't
Yeah,
go home, and
exactly.
but you're not well enough to go to stay in the hospital.
Yes, exactly. And this place was pretty good. I didn't take my personal chairs, because when my chair, they would freak out. They wouldn't allow a chair. A 6-inch back, no handrails, no nothing. They weren't interested in my hot rod.
Yeah.
So they gave me a regular wheelchair, put me in a bed, and started physical therapy. And long story short, I was doing physical therapy like 4 or 5 days a week for months on end. Yeah.
Um,
So I've changed a
so,
little bit. Physically, I
so
changed.
Yeah, no, you definitely lost a lot of weight, looking in shape.
um,
That's why I was going to ask, was that more from working out, or was that from like just not being able to eat so well and so much?
Uh, Combination of things. So
Okay.
it was both a combination of working out uh, more regularly, 4 and 5 days a week helped. That was a big part of it. And also changing my diet. And that's when I realized, hey, at my time, it's time to take care of my diet, do
yes,
something about it. So, long story short, yes, I still eat candy. However, I
which is
changed the
fine.
type of candy that I eat.
Right.
So for one, I don't really eat chocolate anymore. I have I eat certain hard candies, and I only eat a couple of them at a time. So literally, I'll buy a bag of Skittles, and that bag of Skittles will last me a couple of days. Because
Yeah.
I just eat a few at a time.
Angry Quad said it best here, and which I wanted to get to. It sounds like one hospital stay and one nursing facility. Um, you said four hospitals. So tell us the whole story. I mean, was it just in and out of hospitals for a couple days and then back home? They couldn't figure it out. What was that case?
Combination of efforts. So my son is an emergency BSN at the first hospital, and he said, "Hey, it sounds like you're having an issue. Uh, please come on down." So I literally drove to the hospital. He met me in the parking lot, and he's in charge of the ER. So he walked in, and within 5 minutes, I was talking to a doctor there and all that. Within 10 minutes, they gave me a room up on the fourth floor. So I got the sweet treatment from my own son. And I even asked the nurses about the paperwork, because on the paperwork it said VIP. And I was confused by that. I was like, what does this mean? And they said, well, obviously it's a very important person because you are your son's father. We've all heard about you because your accident, your injury 45 years ago is still legend around here. And my ex-wife used to work there because one of those guys, I married one of my nurses years ago. And so doctors came in, they ran tests, they did things, checked my heart, and um, took all the usual tests and stuff. And they're not sure. They think it might have been a heart attack, but the indicative indicators
Mhm.
weren't all in the right places, so that they couldn't figure out exactly if it was a heart attack or something else.
Could have been a mini stroke. Did they ever bring that up? Like some people, like my dad, had mini strokes because of his
They,
heart.
they were concerned about it, so they
Okay.
did the tests, and none of the tests came back conclusive.
Yeah.
And after it was like 4 days there, um, and they weren't getting anywhere fast, I said, I'm sorry, but you guys aren't getting anywhere. We don't know anything yet. I'm going home. and that's when I went home, but I was still having problems,
And
and I went to
Luis,
the
when you
local.
say I was still having problems, was what was it? Like weakness or um
Yeah, shortness of breath.
yeah, what was your problem still?
Weakness.
Yeah.
So I couldn't get up the stairs, because I'm a walking paraplegic, and I hang on to the handrails and I motate up the stairs up and down. And I couldn't get up the stairs, which is not normal for me.
Yeah.
So ended up going to a local hospital, which is not a great hospital, but they do have a good cardiac unit there. So we thought would have them take a look. And they took a look as well. And again, they said, everything's inconclusive. We don't know. But given the situation, we're going to send you to rehab. And they sent me to the other rehab, Ballard. And Ballard said the same thing, inconclusive, but we know who you are. And we're going to try and get you healthy enough that we can put you back in rehab and get you healthy again. And I was there for a little while, and it just wasn't working out personality wise. You know, it just wasn't working. So long story short, they got rid of me, not having to put up with my complaining ass all the time because I'm pretty bad as a patient. Uh, but the thing is, 45 years, I know my body real well. I know my injury real well.
Mhm.
And I
Yes.
have lots and lots of family that work in the medical industry. So they sent me to this nursing home, rehab nursing home, and it was the best thing possible. The place was great. It was outstanding. So they have a full rehab unit there with a bunch of students, a bunch of nurses. I was getting rehab most every single day, 4 to 5 days a week, usually an hour or two every day. And I was getting healthy again. And being in that environment, golly gosh darn, I lost some weight. Who would have thought?
And
And long
Louis,
story short, I lost
go ahead.
100 pounds.
100
100 pounds.
pounds? Wow,
That,
100 pounds.
that was
That
my question.
that is a lot. Yeah, that's a lot of weight.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you also, so are you back to kind of full strength and things again? Like, are you able to get up and down your stairs now that you're home and feeling more like your normal self before?
I can get up down the stairs just fine. And I feel like my normal self. And because we worked on that specifically in rehab at the nursing home, was going up and down stairs and,
Yeah.
using the equipment that they had to practice going up and down stairs without any issues, doing lots of weight training and stuff like that. But even at that, I have that 100 pounds wasn't just fat. I also lost a lot of muscle
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I was a pretty big guy, physically strong. So I lost both weight and muscle.
Yeah.
And so
You can
now that
you
I'm
can
home, I got to rebuild.
yeah, you can see it in your shoulders. You
Yeah.
know, there's two things about a nursing home, and trust me, I didn't live in one, but I've been around it for 2 years with my mom uh, uh, in there, maybe a year and a half, but uh, maybe even less. Seemed like 5 years, but maybe less. But there's a few people that are long term, the older ones that have no place to go. There's those that don't, that literally family can't help them out the way they need to be helped, and nothing against the family, nothing against the family. It
Yeah.
just at night and maybe in the morning they can't do the regular stuff for this person, but it's a rehab nursing home, and they have excellent care and excellent physical therapy. Um, and
Yes.
it doesn't look pretty. You just got to get past that and do the work. I know a lot of quads, and people have been there. And if you can just get your mind over that and just do the work, like you said, climbing up those steps in the nursing home, you can get through it.
Yeah. In the nursing home, I can't give them enough kudos. You know, not like I was a bad patient and everything. I understood what they were doing and tried to do and all that, and I worked it with them every chance I got.
So let me ask you a question, Luis. What
Sure.
was the issue then with, was it just certain staffing and things at Ballard, or was it just, what was the problem with your rehab there and why you guys didn't quite seem to see eye to eye, and then you went to another facility and had great, you
Yeah,
know,
because that's
Yeah, I wouldn't say it wasn't the physical therapy staff at Ballard. They were great.
okay,
The nursing staff was hit and miss, but it was the management that was the big problem for me.
okay.
So a lot of the nursing staff was very nice, somewhat helpful, as best they could be, but a few people were hit and miss. But the biggest problem at Ballard was the current management.
yeah,
You know, so
and
the
and no
the
place is
place I
perfect.
went to was
Yeah, no,
completely
of course,
different.
yeah, no places.
Yeah, no matter they try. I know there are some people that get into this. I don't care if you're physical, occupational. I shouldn't even go that route. I should go whatever job you're in. You're just not happy with your job. It doesn't even have to be healthcare, and that you just don't give the performance that you should.
Yeah,
And unfortunately, when you're doing personal care in the healthcare, um, part of it with the hospital, you know, unfortunately, you just chose that. I'm sorry you're not happy, but I have needs at a weak moment in our lives, and it can be frustrating. Um,
yeah,
Angry Quad said, I like this one. Hmm. So exercising every day and proper diet beneficial for a healthy lifestyle? Really question mark. Yes, you're right. And I'm
yes.
sure you know that, Luis. Have anybody?
Angry Quad is absolutely right.
Yeah.
The exercise, proper diet, and all that makes all the difference in the world.
Yes.
Even though I was less than imperfect.
Uh,
So, unlike a lot of people at the nursing home, they're not allowed to leave the nursing home because
No.
they're 80 and 90 years old. They have
Well,
Alzheimer's disease and all kinds of problem, and they're not allowed to leave on their own by themselves. But they were like, "Oh, you want to go down the street? You want to go to the hamburger place? You want to uh, go to the taco place? Here's a pass. Go for it." And I'd be rolling through the streets of Fontana, going down to get tacos.
well,
But
yeah,
to
eh,
lose weight, I wasn't eating a lot of them. I
right.
was eating a little bit.
so was that,
And go ahead,
uh,
Sean.
I was going to ask, was that part of what your goal was to lose some of the weight? Like, since you were doing the exercise and like you could maybe see it, because you like, was that like, did you were actively thinking like, oh, I'm gonna use this and kind of be able to work on my diet and exercise and things while you're doing the stuff?
You
Right.
just hit the nail on the head.
Okay.
That was it.
And sorry, we kind of know you, and I just want to bring you up because we know it's not a very healthy habit at all. How's your smoking?
Uh,
So this is a good source of topic.
Yes, I know.
So because
It's
for
touchy.
one, we all know that smoking is not good for you. You know, smoking takes away from your life a little bit. And there's different aspects to smoking. So I'm not endorsing smoking at all. However, I also have not given it up because for those that don't know, I have never ever been a heavy smoker. I did not start smoking until I was age 40 from an old girlfriend, which never fails. Girlfriends get us in so much trouble.
Yeah,
So
women, they're
yeah,
yeah.
so I started later in life, and these guys know me. I was never a heavy smoker. I did not smoke like, 3 or 4 packs a day. My brother smoked 4 packs of Camel non-filters
That's a
since he was
lot.
16 or 14 or something.
Wow.
But I started at age 40 and I smoked maybe 2 or 3, not packs, 2 or 3 cigarettes in an entire day. And the people in Triumph Foundation, we'd be at events and stuff like that, and I'd be off at the corner someplace having a cigarette, but it'd be like one or two,
Hmm.
and that was it. And
Yeah.
this was the same way at the nursing home. Everyone's like, "Oh, you shouldn't smoke," and all that. But I said, "Look, here's my pack, brand new. I opened it today. It's missing 2 cigarettes. That's all I've had. Watch tomorrow morning when I come out. Still missing 2 cigarettes. Oh gosh, I haven't had any more than that."
Hmm.
The
And Leah,
quantity does make a difference.
it does, and zero makes a better difference, Luis. And as Leah said, our lovely house wife here says, I'm still hoping you quit smoking. In the long
Yeah,
run for you. Um, yeah, and I want to go to Leon. Said this, and it's true to a fact. Leon said 2.5 years ago, I ended up in the hospital with chest pains, no signs of a heart attack, but I had a UTI so bad it strained my heart. And I'm going to tell you something because I had an allergic reaction a few months back, maybe 4 months ago, where I ate something and I had the alert. They said that it put a strain on my heart. Things happen in our lives when we get older that these strains take a toll on our heart. And we got to be
yeah,
careful about that. We got to be more conscious about our health and our diet. So I'm not, I don't want to point fingers to you or anything. I just think we just need to make healthy choices, as Angry Quad said. It's just,
yeah,
um, we can't eat Del Taco every day or whatever it is. But we love you, and that's why we say it.
yeah. Well, like Black Olive here writes, she quit over 10 years ago. And that's great. That's
Mhm.
awesome. And I applaud everybody who wants to quit and quit. That's awesome.
Yeah, no,
However, I also applaud someone who learns that 3 packs a day, and if they can cut that out and have 3 cigarettes a day instead of 3 packs a day, that is a better thing as well. It's not perfect because nothing in our lives is perfect, and we'll never quite be perfect people. But
well, I
if we
think
can be better than what we were, that helps.
yeah, anything better is better for sure. I mean, I feel like
Anything
definitely,
less is better.
or anything less. Yeah, anything you're doing that's healthier, better for you, support that for sure. Like,
Yeah. Oh,
and
I
everybody
got to
has to make
jump
their
in
own
here.
choices. So you choose your own choice.
And,
You're an
and
adult.
Luis,
You can
right.
you can make your own decision on that. So
And I have no ground to stand on. I was an addict to chewing tobacco. I was at
Yeah.
a NASCAR race in Fontana, and I went
Right.
through the Copenhagen or Skull, one of those, and they said, I just said, no, I don't do that because to pinch all that tobacco and blah blah, and I can't
Yeah.
pinch. And they're like, "Oh, we have these pouches.
Yes,
Let
the
me try
pouches.
one." I put it there, and guess what? It was a relief to my pain for a good 30 minutes. And when you have relief to pain, holy shit, you're going to get addicted.
Yes.
I'm just, and it was a relief. Put it in a pouch, get relief. And I knew chewing is not good.
Yeah.
And it took a long time to quit. It took 10 years. Since day one, it took I every time I was like, don't buy a pouch, don't. And then it sucks. You find a liquor store right down the street from you that you pull your van up and he brings out the can.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to get out. How hard is that?
Yeah.
It was like this: turn left to go on the freeway to work, or go
Yeah.
straight and get a a, a dip can. It was
Yeah.
hard. Thank God for the
Well,
tan. I love this. This isn't everybody. The pandemic was very good for me because I stopped driving to work.
Oh, it's
So I
like that was one of the things that helped. That's funny. Just keeping
well,
it out
that's
of
like Leon says here. Tacos sound good
it.
because that's always been one of my vices as well. Is food.
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
Levi,
yeah.
I know that
Food.
is
Food
nasty.
is one of my worst vices.
But that's it.
Yeah,
That's so right now that you have lost all that weight, like 100 pounds, that is, that's nothing to that's something that's really you should be proud of. Are you gonna try to stay on a diet and continue to keep like your weight
Oh,
low and
uh,
keep it up?
excuse me. Um, yes, absolutely. Because losing that much weight feels good. I feel so much better. Um, the thing I have to do now is I don't know if I'll keep it all off, but the weight I put back on um, might be some muscle
Yeah,
because I
hopefully
lost
build more
so
muscle.
much muscle. I do need to make a conscious effort to put muscle on.
Yeah, no, that's good.
You
Um,
guys remember me? I was a big guy, you know.
Yeah, no, I know. And that's what you can definitely tell you lost a lot of weight. And 100 pounds is, like I said, that's a lot. That's quite a bit. I literally weigh like 105 pounds. So I,
Yeah.
you literally lost me. Like, worth of
Well,
weight.
let's put it this way: how many times have we had been at events and either yourself or someone else would be like, "Lewis, can you give me a hand?" And I'd come over and even as a para, pick one of you guys up,
yeah.
pick up your chair, do this and that, and
You
you
know,
know,
and I think this is a good topic. I don't want to really switch gears and dwell on. We know what it takes to be healthy. You know, uh, Sarah said it so best. There is so much judgment in this world. As a disabled individual, we need to be more careful what we say. Those who are not disabled say nothing, and you have to be and have no real experience to speak. I think we do, and thank you for that. And it's we go through so much. This is the
yeah,
flip side of where I want to change it. With those who have been in the hospital, and I've seen it in our chat that some of us have been in the hospital for a period of stay. And Louise, and this is directed towards you, and this is what I've experienced. I've been in the hospital like 4 or 5 times where I went back to zero, like
mm,
almost never to be exactly where I was in the ER for 3 weeks after my injury, but I've
mhm,
been close to it with
yeah,
bronchitis, with my heart issue, and with going sepsis with a bad UTI.
yeah,
Um, Starting from zero again after an injury, and I'm not about to cry, maybe a little bit. My cold is catching up to me. Um, uh, it is hard to come back from ground zero. It,
Yeah.
it and it can be very dwelling on us. It very the weight is the pressure and the you know where you were before you got sick. You work so hard to get so much independence and you get knocked down. I know from experience. I mean, tell me where your headspace is because you probably haven't been in the hospital like this.
I haven't been in a hospital like actually the last time I was in any kind of hospital for myself prior to this was when I became a paraplegic, and I went to Rancho Los Amigos and Casa Colina and the acute care hospitals. So it's been 40 something years since I had been in a serious hospital, you know. And it was eye opening to go in and see some things changed for, they basically stayed the same and other things changed. And uh, to put it lightly, I was really proud of the place I went. They did a great job. The staff was great. And the patients, I got to know them on a pretty good basis. So that losing 100 pounds, I called my mom and I said, Mom, I bet you've been going through my bedroom, haven't you? Picking out clothes. I said, why don't you pick out the clothes that I can't wear anymore and we'll donate them here to the nursing center,
Oh, that's cool.
including live to roll t-shirts and
Yeah, we'll
try
have to
the
get you. We'll have to
foundation
get you some
t-shirts.
smaller shirts to get you set up again.
So live to roll t-shirts that were like size triple four, quadruple four t-shirts and,
I think you were
three
getting
X
three X's.
t-shirts.
Yeah, I think I remember you got three X's usually. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've given most of those away. And now you see all these patients. What I did is when you're in a nursing home like this, you can't bathe yourself, which actually turned out really cool. I'm sorry, ladies, but it was pretty cool having someone bathe you all the time. It was nice, and all the nurses were really cool about it. And so I started donating clothes, all the regular clothes, but also I was donating the Live to Roll and Triumph Foundation and some other disability ex- uh, organizations. I was donating their clothes that were never ever going to fit me again. So
Yeah.
before long, I'm starting to see patients all over the place wearing Live to Roll, and I'm going, right on, dude. Somebody else is wearing Triumph. I'm like, right on, that's great. Somebody else is wearing San Bernardino Disability Festival. And I'm like, very cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I also want to
so
go to. She said it also, and I think. Tell me if I'm right or wrong, Sarah. But I think you're getting at is sometimes we have to do things just to get by as someone with a disability, and don't other people hide so much about their mishaps, um,
yes.
like maybe smoking. I've always struggled with pain, and up until 5 years ago, I finally had to go to pain medicine. I had to go to the opioids. I had to go
Yeah.
to hydrocodone. It does the trick. I worked on everything else that wasn't that, and it just made
Yes.
me feel weird. And I tried, but I'll admit here that yes, before the opioids, I was chewing tobacco, and now
Yeah.
I take that. And I also have to deal with telling people I do like my whiskey. I have
Yeah.
unhealthy choices, and I know we all do. Um, and we're not perfect human beings. Uh,
Like I have not had a beer since I've been out. and I've only been out a few days since last Friday, and every time I see a taco, I'm like, I would really like to have a cerveza with that taco. It's just who I am, you know.
Mm,
And unlike you, I never really had a chemical addiction like that. But I do like to have a drink with my food, you know. So it's like I like to have a shot once in a while or a beer or something with whatever I'm eating that's appropriate. That's great. And we talked about that because they were at the hospital. They didn't know me from Jack.
right.
They had no history about me. They didn't know anything. They thought I was like everybody else, new to disability, new to this and new to that. And I told them, I'm not new to this. I've been doing this for 45 years, and I don't drink, do drugs. And they're, well, like, we're going to give you some pain medication and stuff to help you. And I'm like, no, skip the pain medication. What did you have in mind? And they said, well, you probably get cramps once in a while. You know, given your level, you don't have spasms, but you're going to have cramps and you're working out. And I said, I'm not that way. You know, I said, I don't want the pain medication. I'll live with the issue. And I have a bag of candy. And when I'm through, I'll go out and eat some Skittles, you know, and I see you laughing over there. But, you know,
But
I
you know what?
said,
And Sarah said it best. Um, we are perfectly imperfect.
yes. So I try and eat my way through my issues with either good food, a little candy, and now with my age and everything else, I'm thinking, okay, I need to change how I do things, like my candy issue. You know, because before I was a straight up chocoholic. I mean, I would go to the store and buy a bag of chocolate, and I'd eat it all at one whack. And you guys know me. I was a big boy. I was not quite 300 pounds, but close enough.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when we
And
were on our little road trip a couple years ago to Phoenix, every time we'd
yeah,
stop, you'd go in when we got gas anywhere. You'd go in and come out with a bag of candy and like king size ones for everybody. And me and Sarah were both like, "This is too much chocolate." You'd have like
yeah,
4 king size Reese's packs in there. We're like, God damn, I don't know how we're gonna eat all this candy.
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But yeah, and I actually just
Yeah.
wanted to also get to a couple of questions real quick from the chat early on. I know Angry Quad might have left. If he did, thanks for coming and hanging out. But he had a couple questions earlier just about like if you were staying on your same routine or what your training routine has been now since you're. I know it's only been a few days now since being out of the hospital, but
Yeah. So basically, I'm not on the same routine because I don't have the same equipment that I had at the physical therapy department there at the nursing home. So it has changed a little bit. Um, the thing
I,
I do have is here at home, I can push around the home. You know, I live in a community where I can push my wheelchair pretty much most places. I could actually push to Sean's house if I wanted to. Uh,
not where I live
Sean,
now. Not where my grandma
well,
lives. Yeah, but
well,
not not where.
I
No.
would have to catch the bus over there. Yeah,
I mean, you
Louis,
could do it. It just might take you a while. It's a couple extra miles.
yeah,
I got something better for you.
yeah.
Do a thing called YouTube. I will work you hard every day.
Yeah.
I coach,
Well,
you know, or Paul coach, our buddy from our Rolling Over the Hill. Either one of us will give you a good workout.
well, actually, tomorrow I have an appointment because they're going to send a couple of nurses to the house here and
Or a bed bath.
uh, work me out, exercise
Good.
stuff.
Cool.
So they're going to come by, and somebody from the therapy department was telling me, don't sweat it. Once they see what you do and how you do it, they'll be there a couple of times and then they'll be through. Because I was thinking, God, I got to have people come to the house. Good grief. You know, if if you guys were going to do that, you should have just kept me there. Keep me for another month.
Well,
What's
and
another month after all this time?
it's called way cheaper to come to your home than that, Mark. But I'm gonna be serious with you and anybody else. If you want to really work out, and I'm not just saying me, you can find it on YouTube. You can find free stuff, but there are options out there to keep
Yeah,
yourself in a little bit more healthy. And we coach any level. I don't care if
yeah,
you can't raise your arms above your head. There are options out there. And I'm not trying to sell any product here, but I just want to tell you there's options. And if you really want to know, ask me because I
yeah,
do it and I know more than just paying $30 a month. There's so much free. It
yeah.
just, you have to be dedicated in your head to do it. And
Well,
it's hard, and I get it. And you need a friend.
like here in my home, out in the garage, I actually have a what's called a curling bar.
Yeah.
So I can work with that. I also have a triceps bar, stuff like that. I have steel plates and all that. So I'm going to start working that as well because I need to rebuild my arms and shoulders.
Your deltoids, I can tell you lose a lot in our deltoids are our strongest feature as someone with in a chair with a
Yeah,
disability because it all starts with our deltoids, goes down to our biceps, to our triceps.
yep,
Um, and that's when we lose muscle, that's where it starts, boom,
yeah.
right there.
You know what I'm freaked out about? The one thing that really does kind of annoy me? This.
Oh, you got the gobble gobble?
I got the gobble gobble, and that drives me bananas.
Doot, 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 doot.
If it, like Nicole writes there, I love chocolate.
Yeah.
Chocolate.
Yeah. So, is it chocolate? Something specific in chocolate that you shouldn't or can't eat that interacts with you badly now, or is it just because you really love chocolate and you don't want to like overeat it and on the calories and sugar and stuff?
I'm a total chocoholic, and I love chocolate. Always have all my life. And if I get started on it again, it's too easy to slip back into it.
Okay.
I would love to go to as a celebration for getting out of the nursing home. I want to go to the C's chocolate store and buy like a 1 pound box of chocolate and eat the whole thing all by myself.
I,
I would love to do that, but I can't. That defeats the purpose of what I'm doing. So I buy candies at the store now and something like Skittles or something that's hard, something that I can take just a couple of and eat a few at a time, put that bag down and save some for later. Don't eat it all at one time. I don't
yeah.
have to eat everything at all times till it's gone. I don't do that anymore. So, um, like
My,
when I went in,
I'll give you this. I'm not a big chocolate. My wife does like one dessert, and she likes her Reese's peanut butter cup. The small one she gets from Trader Joe's, so it's not Reese's, but
yeah,
she likes one, and she's been dying for me to have one with her. And I'm just not a chocolate fan. But I
yeah,
finally saw something that caught my eye. This was about a year ago, and it was dark chocolate covered pretzels, these small ones.
yeah,
And I so at night when she has hers, she goes, "Can I please?" Because she wants somebody to do it with her. She feels better.
yeah,
Drink with me because it makes you feel
yeah.
better. So I'm
Share.
like,
We're
yeah,
sharing.
yes. So I finally gotten on, but and she goes, damn you, you and your two. Give me two. Just two of these small dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is a little bit less calories,
Yeah.
not as much calories, and you got the pretzel. And I'm a salt. I'd rather have salt than chocolate for me.
Yeah. Actually, but you make an excellent point because not all chocolate is the same.
Right.
And despite what people think, some chocolate is better than the wrong chocolate. Having some dark chocolate,
Yeah.
something like what you're talking about, is a little, if you're going to indulge smartly, you know?
Yeah. No, I would
So,
say, because I would say probably if you are going to do it, do like small amounts of like a dark chocolate with something like a nut or the pretzel or something where you're
Yeah.
getting maybe it's not so
exactly.
heavy. Because the milk chocolate's definitely a lot sweeter, a lot more sugar. Um, and I would definitely not do white chocolate. That's like just all sugar.
God, I love white chocolate. Oh, God. You would go and
Yeah.
bring that up.
Never been that kind. White chocolate,
Yeah, that's not
especially.
been my
No,
thing. Yeah, I never.
no, no. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I cannot believe we're at 4:30 soon. But um, I think um, uh, Robert said it best. Through the whole process, I'm sure this is not the way you wanted to lose 100 pounds, but you do look good. I think you have now a good base to build a better foundation for yourself, and you know where to go. We don't have to lecture you.
Exactly.
Maybe, it's always a good idea to think about a therapist when we go through something like this. I did
Yeah.
it. It was very helpful to go through a therapist after another traumatic thing where we have to start from zero again.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's good for me. I don't mind the people coming to the house. That'll be fine. And I'm sure they probably won't be here as long as some people thought, but they're coming anyways. And I'm glad to meet them and um, work with them. And they might have suggestions I didn't think about, even though I do have a background in that stuff and I've been doing it. But you know what? It doesn't hurt to hear it. Even if you've heard it before, it doesn't hurt to hear it again,
Hmm.
you know. And I'm just happy to be out. I looking forward to events we have coming up and hanging out with you guys once in a while and doing stuff. So I'm really looking forward to all this stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, we're definitely glad to have you back out of the hospital. And yeah, I kept hearing you were in and stuff. And I, sorry I
Yeah.
didn't reach out more or try to come by for a visit or something. I know
Well,
you're in
let's
a
put it
couple
this
different
way.
places. So,
There is a Triumph member that I did meet at the one nursing home. She's a Triumph member, but she's not like an ambassador or anything like that. But she rolled by, and I looked down, and I saw the kind of wheelchair she had, and I knew immediately she was not a patient. And I said, "Excuse me," I said, "Are you in the disability community?" And she said, "Well, yes, I am. I'm here for my father. My father had a problem, and I'm here visiting my father." And so that's something we have to think about is not just us, but even with people as disabled, we have family that may need us to help take care of them. So whether it's grandparents or parents or aunts and uncles and whoever, we have to be able to take care of ourselves, plus, so we can also take care of those around us who've been helping us for years, and now it's our turn to help them.
yeah,
So we got to take care of ourselves so that we can help the people that have helped us.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. And on top of that, um, this goes out for everybody. Olivia, um, Sarah, anybody, but you know, we have one of our personal um, folks in our Live to Roll family
Yeah,
that is our guest show on our Rolling with the Golden Oldies. Please put Mickey in your prayers, as at this time she is battling with some very serious health problems. So um, she's not doing well, and she could use so much support, love, and prayers. So just keep her in your thoughts
Yes,
yeah,
and wish her the best.
absolutely.
yeah. Mickey's definitely
Mickey's
a
a
wonderful.
wonderful person.
She's a great person in the community, just super sweet and kind, and been part of the Live to Roll crew. She was the first one I asked when we started the Golden Oldies. So yeah, she's definitely a big part of what we're doing and just the community. And our thoughts and prayers are with her for sure. So
Yeah.
thinking,
She lives in the not near me, but close enough. She probably lives about 7 miles, 7, 8 miles away, not real far. So she's someone I'd like to go see, and
Yeah, you can't.
especially if she's still in the
Unfortunately,
hospital, check up
um,
on her.
for those that want updates, please send me your email. She is not available by phone right now. We're
Yeah,
getting all the information from her sister. That's how bad it is right now. So please send me
yeah,
your email, and I'll put you on the email chain.
yeah.
yeah.
So
If
thank
if
you.
anything, if you want to do something for Mickey, uh, in a situation like this, flowers are nice. Just a little message, something. Donate something to one of your favorite charities, whether it's Live the Roll or Triumph or whoever. Um, she's also a religious person, and I'm sure her church members are thinking about her too.
Yeah, no, she's definitely a part of not just our community, but lots of church community, lots of other stuff. So
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
really just thoughts and prayers with her and anybody that's struggling with anything out there. Yeah, we definitely wish you the best and hope everybody is doing well.
yeah,
Absolutely, absolutely, for everybody that struggles. I don't care with your health, with your mental health, or just your well-being. It's tough. It's tough, and you know it best right now. And I'm glad we were able to have you on, Luis, and
Yeah,
thank you for the last minute of coming on and
yeah,
telling us about your story. And
yeah,
um, everybody knows, if you're a regular to the show, that I've gone through it as well.
yeah.
From time to time, it happens to the best of us.
Well, we had our moments when we were pretty worried about you, Bobby.
Thank you.
Yeah, because you have been a total fixture in our lives and part of this community for so long. When you were having your health issues, we were pretty worried for you. But you're
Well,
doing good well now, and that's
yeah.
the important part.
Yeah, thank you. And we have a new person to our show, Ken. Thank you for joining us. I hope you can join us again. Make sure you hit that like button and join. Be a subscriber to our show. Love to have you back. Keep coming back, and thank you for letting us know. Um, we're rocking it. Thank you.
Yeah. By the way, if you guys want to do something special, give me a reason at Live the Roll whether I should grow this back or not. I don't know if you guys know, but
I know. I
I had the
remember you were
beard
going to
for a
shave
long
it before.
time.
Yeah, that's right before all your health stuff was starting to happen. You
How
were
do
going
we
to.
Yeah,
do both? We got to do both. I like both. I do have to say, one thing right now for you, Luis, and I'll just be uh, uh, totally honest, is it does make you look a little thinner than you are. So, yeah.
yeah,
So,
yeah. So, but I will grow it back out again for Christmas.
praise the
Because we'll
Lord.
I'll be doing Santa Claus again. I'll be the skinny Santa Claus this year. Um, but for right now, I think I'm going to keep that bad boy off.
Our live to roll grandmas just said no, do not grow it back.
No,
Well,
no, I
just
think
for
you look
Santa Claus.
for Santa Claus. Yeah, no, I go for it, man. But I do think you're looking good, slimmed down, shaved, everything. So looking very
Yeah.
good, Luis. And I
Well,
really
can't
do
wait
appreciate
to,
you hopping on with us just a few days after getting out of the hospital and sharing the story. So, and yeah,
and
you're
can't wait
Yeah.
feeling
to
better.
have you on in a couple months when we still see skinny Louise with muscle.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes because I will be doing that.
Well, we're gonna get it. That's what we have to think. We're gonna
Yeah.
get it.
What I'd like to do is get stronger, more muscle without gaining too much weight. So that means I have to lose more fat. And because of the size I was, I got a few wrinkles here and there. So
Happen.
I got to work on getting rid of the wrinkles and, the flabby stuff that, the
I feel
fatty
like
flab doesn't go away easy.
I wouldn't worry too much about that for now. I feel like just concentrate on getting strong and healthy, and that stuff. You'll feel it. It'll be all right. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, I am going to try and go to the Triumph Superhero 5K.
2 weeks. Actually, a week and a half almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
we'd
not
love
that,
to have you there. And
it's on the
Louise,
20th, I think.
to reach out to many of us to help you through this. We can't do it alone in life.
Yeah.
Nothing's possible alone, but with the help from others. And I'll
Yeah.
personally take your phone calls to help you through this process of not gaining the weight back, but gaining the muscle back.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, my family's been awesome. I got my
Sure.
nephew John, who some of you have met, and my mom. And mom's 84 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, so she's getting up there on her own, but she's still doing great. But still, 84 is 84.
Yeah.
And then Triumph, whether you guys know it, and Live to Roll, whether you guys know it, you guys have also kept me motivated because every chance I got, I watched the show Live to Roll. I followed Triumph, everything, and I talk about you guys all the time. So people you guys have never ever heard of before, whether they're patients or therapists or whoever will listen, has heard of you guys, and you guys are the guys that help motivate me through this process.
Yeah.
And that's been great. I'm very appreciative.
Well, we couldn't do it without you and everybody from the chat. That's for sure.
Yeah. No. That's what
Yeah.
everybody. That's what we are here. Live Trolls. Community support. We're all here to support each other. So as much as people may get support from us, we also gain support from each other, from the chat, from all you guys, from
Yeah.
everybody that watches. So
Yeah.
we do appreciate everybody out there in the community, and also go ahead and thank our sponsors here at the end too, because we are getting late. Because we also do appreciate them, and they are
Yes.
community members as well, out here doing all kinds of stuff to help out local community stuff, but they also help us out. And they are mobility professionals and urology professionals. Mobility professionals is a DME here in Southern California. So if you're anywhere in the Southern California area and you need a new wheelchair or a commode or a standing frame or anything like that, give them a call and they'll help you take care of everything with switching insurance, get you all measured up and fitted in the right equipment. And then their sister company is Urology Professionals, and they're a urology company, but they are nationwide. So anywhere in the country, if you need your catheters shipped to you, they can send them right to your doorstep. They will take care of everything again with the insurance and help you navigate all that. So it's nice and easy, no stress. And again, they're great community members and help us out and help out the local community a lot. So we appreciate them very much. And then
Actually, you make a great point because I do need to update on supplies and things like that. So it's a great
Yeah.
reminder. I need to be calling urology professionals
All right, there you
and,
go. So Luis,
and give them my wish list of what I need.
yeah, they got my chair good and ordered right now too. So
Yeah, and I need a new wheelchair as well. So I need to call our boys and gals there at Mobility Professionals.
awesome. And then this Thursday we got the Golden Oldies coming on actually. So in honor of Mickey too, we'll be thinking about her right now, but the other Golden Oldies will be on, and they're talking. I'm not sure. I think there was a couple things they were bouncing around on topics, but I think it will be a really fun, good conversation. They always do have good conversation. And if you guys did miss it, last week Bobby was on with the guys doing a Rolling Over the Hill episode as well. So make sure to check that out if you guys haven't seen that from last Thursday as well. And yeah, we'll be back next Tuesday. And actually, just shout out, I already know, Derek in our chat will be on with us next Tuesday to talk about autonomic dysreflexia. So we'll be talking about AD. So anybody that's dealing with autonomic dysreflexia and issues, tune in next Tuesday and we'll be having a conversation about that. So check that out, guys. And anything else? I guess,
Sorry,
Luis,
something big is happening on Thursday.
Thursday?
Something big is happening. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's called Week 1 of the NFL. Go Broncos! No Dodgers, Broncos! All Broncos!
I'm definitely not going to endorse Go Broncos, but I'm with it. That's cool. I like all sports going on. Definitely want to check out some of the
Oh,
Dodgers,
stop being so political there.
but football. Just been watching less football with some of the stuff that's going on. But I do still enjoy it, and I will say go Steelers because Broncos are trash.
Oh,
All right, let's go.
I had to do a little trash talk, right? I had to.
the rivalry is on.
At least my quarterback doesn't need a wheelchair to get around.
Damn. All right.
Oh, bam!
All right. No, you guys definitely. Thanks for hanging out, and I know Bobby will be hanging out, watching some football on Thursday. So you can message any of us, and Bobby included, probably on football on Instagram if you guys want. All of the links are down below in the description, and I'm gonna make sure to pop in Luis's as well right now after we finish, so you can message Luis as well if you guys have any questions or anything you just want to talk to him about on the Instagram. So make sure to check that out. Luis, we'll have you back again. Get an update in a few months here, maybe see what's going on, see how your weight loss and muscle gain is going.
And I'm always here for whatever you guys need.
Yeah.
So if someone drops out, if whatever you need some help, working on something.
Yeah, no. Now that you got some of your health stuff, you're back home and doing good and stuff. So we'll definitely see more of you, I'm sure, again.
Also working on a new car.
Okay.
I still have the old car, but I'm going to get rid of it and get another car.
Right on. Well, all right, guys. Well, Luis, we'll look forward to that update too then. But thank you guys all for watching. We do appreciate you hanging out. And tune back in on Thursday. Next Tuesday, we'll be back with some more live Live to Roll. Hop in the chat, hang out. And yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Live to Roll.
Love you all.
Live to roll.